I just want to share you guys with what I bring out to the range. This is most of the stuff. I also bring my duffel bag filled with stuff in here, my gun stuff. I'll also bring this out. But in here, I think it's a pretty cool setup. So on the top section of this tool box, I have just cleaning supplies, anything I use to clean. To keep it up here. In here, I put extra tools, but also anything I may need to help level, need help to take apart stuff, or just batteries. What's really cool about this is you can take this off, take this apart, and there's other sections. This is my ammunition section. So I'll just throw in 5.56 rounds in here. So this is it's about 200 rounds of 5.56. Roughly, I just throw them in there until I shoot them. This is my 9mm. I put 100 in there, 150. It just fits 150, right? And my 300 blackout. 300 blackout. If I organize it, I could fit about 100. I think there's about 50 in here. But yeah, this thing can hold 150 rounds. This holds about 100. And if I organize, I could probably hold more too. But yeah, so these are very similar, anyways. 300 and 5.56. Of course, knowing the difference, that's why I organized my 300, and that's why I just kind of throw my 5.56 in here. I know the difference. Generally, what I do is I have the Blackbeard Mantis system, and I will put the bulk carrier group in here, and then I'll swap out the Blackbeard to practice at home. And then if I want to put in the actual bulk carrier, I'll take it out and just place it. I'm bringing both of them to the range, so generally I will have my bulk carrier from my AR in here. This doesn't fit this, so I just keep it out in here. It's just my 360 just because I want to put it in there real quick. And then this is my 365 dry fire mag. I actually don't recommend you guys using this, in my opinion. It's just not worth it to spend that much money for this. It just doesn't help the trigger and doesn't help you really. I'd rather just use a 365 and just practice pulling the trigger than this feeling some type of resistance that isn't in proper trigger discipline. Resistance, so it just doesn't make sense. So I don't recommend purchasing a dry fire mag, not unless you have a Glock or something, Glock where it can't reset the trigger. All right, so that's my ammunition setting, and right under this is where I keep the range stuff. I mean, all of this is range stuff, but this is where I keep the measuring tools and anything I may need. Insect repellent, sunscreen. I'm in Minnesota, so I don't need that yet, but eventually. Staples, tourniquet. I have multiple tourniquets throughout my other bags too. Measuring. I need this to measure my distances. Since I go out to the bays and I can measure distances at the bay. Staple, of course, staple gun. Zip ties, of course, you're gonna need zip ties just in case. First aid, here's an extra tools. I take this out to the Porta-John just in case I need to use the Porta-John out there. Then a Clorox wipe because it's always good to clean up. And there's also the body wipes I have down there. So that's this setup in this section of it. And then under the very bottom of the toolbox is my targeting tool systems. So it's just my paper targets, anything I may have, like my sling for my SP5K that I may want to use for a single point, extra mags, and extra parts for my SP5K. Okay, so extra parts, dry fire twisting tools, extra mags. I do have extra mags more. I just don't usually. I never really use any of this stuff. This is just in case I want to use it, you know. So this just has my extra mags for either 300 blackout or 5.56, and I believe, yeah, these four over here: 300 blackout, 5.56, 5.56, and then anything else I may have. And generally, what I do is I put my belt in here at the very bottom. I just throw my belt in here, then I can just take it off, or I could put my vest carrier, my plate carrier in there too. But it's it's not gonna fit, obviously, so I don't put it in there. But yeah, I usually put my belt in here so I don't carry my belt around. People just think I'm suspicious. I mean, I would look suspicious too. I know I would think I was suspicious, so I was just carrying my belt around. But there's that. Yeah, so this is my outdoor range kit that I bring out, and then my extra magazines with my bag that I bring out all the time. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think this is my favorite one. Just the ammunition, gun parts, and then in terms of practical, my favorite section is the top part, just the toolbox section up here, where I keep all my clean supplies and extra equipment and tools in here. But yeah, I highly recommend getting something like this. I did wish I had something big enough to carry. There is things out there where you can purchase like a toolbox, carry all this extra stuff, and then carry your rifles. If there was something that was made like this, maybe an extra section, right? And then just center this off the extra section right here for the gun, the ARs or whatever. Because that's about big as, if I put, this is my bag. This is my case that I use for my rifles or guns I bring out to the range generally now, because the other one got burnt with the suppressor, right? If they had, and this is just a AR I have, if they had built, oh, that's perfect right there. Okay, this is about 17 inches barrel. So if you think about a 17-inch barrel with the suppressor on there and all that, if they had built something, if there is some company that was to build something that can take a rifle, maybe 2 guns on the side of a toolkit that could contain all your equipment and your guns and secure your guns safely in there, I think that would be a great purchase. I'm just making do with what I could purchase and what I have, but yeah, I mean, heck, even if I made that, just make a section where you can hold the gun, hold the guns, and then you have your toolkits on top. That would be a great purchase. And of course, I'll be honest, this thing is pretty flimsy, but it works with what I got. Okay, I'm on a budget here. It's not too much. This was like 150 with all this stuff and an extra layer of tools. So other than that, like, this is great to bring out to an outdoor range where I can set up my own bays, and I'll probably show a video of me setting up the bays and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to share that and just kind of show you guys what I do, and also like my setup when I go out to an outdoor range, which is cool because it's great when you can show other people what you have, and then you can then people can diversify like what they want to bring out to range, or think about what they should be bringing out to range. Because I had to research like, what should I bring? And in reality, when I was out there, I was like, I need this, that, and that. And then I realized I don't have the equipment that I want if I was going to outdoor range. Now I do. And it just makes sense buying this whole toolkit and using that every time I go to an outdoor range, my outdoor range that I go out to for the gun club I've heard of.